Hi, I am Kumar. Welcome to today's video. Let's get set and learn. Today we will be understanding a very important concept in programming. OOPS. OOPS is object oriented programming. Today we will learn what is OOPS, why should anyone learn OOPS. We will see two examples to better understand OOPS, and we will also see some definition of basic terminologies in OOPS. So, what is OOPS? OOPS stands for object oriented programming. So this is a style of programming inspired from real world objects. So some example of objects are house, books, laptops, ball, pen, etc. So these are some examples of objects. So this is a way of designing programs using objects. So before we go into any other topic, let's first understand why should anyone learn OOPS. So first up, widespread use across languages. So OOPS principle are everywhere, whether you are coding in Java, Python, or C++, or any other language. OOPS is a fundamental concept. So by learning and mastering OOPS, you are not just mastering one language, you are learning tons of other languages. So it's like a universal language of coding. So next is industry standard. Most of the times in tech industry, OOP skill is not like good to have. It is a must have skill. So getting a solid grip on OOP will boost your job prospects. So it will give you opportunity to get good jobs. That is why you should learn OOPs. So when you master OOPs, you are opening the door to a variety of positions. So you can go into software development, game designs, Android development, and many more. Plus, whatever you learn in OOPS will make you get higher salary. So, because if you have the knowledge of OOPS, strong knowledge of OOPS, companies will hire you easily. And one last thing, OOPS questions often come up in interviews. So, learning this concept will make your interviews easy to crack. Yeah, these are the main reasons why you should learn OOPS. So we will now see two examples to understand basic OOPS concept. So imagine you have passed out of college and you're searching for a job. One car manufacturing company has approached you for a software developer role in their company. So you join the company and now your task is to model a car using a computer program. So what you do to understand how to model, you go for an inspection into the company and to see different cars in the company being manufactured. So like looking into multiple cars, you figure out that each car has its own properties and things it can do. So let's see two examples. So for this car, you see that its color is blue. Four people can sit in this car and its engine type is petrol. There can be many other properties, but I'm listing few examples. And for similarly, things can do. It can turn left, right. It can honk. It can brake. All those things it can do. Similarly, for this car, you can see its color is red. Number of seat is 2. Engine type is diesel. So all these things you notice during inspection. This can also turn left, honk, brake, but its honking sound can be different. Its brakes can be different. The steering comfort of turning left, right can be different. So all these things can be different. So all this you note down by inspecting all cars. So you note down list of properties and list of things it can do. So next, what will you do now? If new car has to be modeled, what to do? So what you can do is you can create a blueprint of the car. So a blueprint like this. So you can list down all the properties and all the things it can do. Now, if company is manufacturing a new car, you can just ask them questions like, what is the color of your new car? What is the how many seats will be there in new car? So the company will give you the answer, and just you can fill those values in place of this question mark, and your model will be ready. So what did you do? You created a blueprint and you listed down all the properties and all the things it can do, and you have left gap to fill the values. Once company gives the values, you are filling the values and your model is ready. So thus your task is done for modeling a car. Similarly, we'll see one more example to understand how to model using objects. So next example is animal. So just imagine you liked your job in that car company, but there is another company that overlooks you and they want to hire you. So they are approaching to you for a better offer. And once you join, you are given a task of modeling animals in zoo. So what will you do? You will do the same thing again. You will go into zoo, inspect all the animals and find what animals can do, what are the properties of animal. So let's see, similar to car, let's see one more example for animals. So let's see lion and snake. So this lion colors, the properties you will see is the lion's color is yellow, its length is 1.6 meter and it's a mammal. Similarly, it can walk, it can roar, it can chew. Same for snake, you will see multiple properties like its color is green, its length is 2 meter, it's a reptile. And things it can do, instead of walk, it crawls, instead of roar, it hiss, and instead of chew, it swallows. So you note down all these inspection of different animals. Again, again what you can do, you can create a blueprint out of it. So you list down all the properties, you list down all things it can do, and if a zookeeper is telling you to model another animal, you just ask these questions, get answers, and fill these values, and your model will be ready for an animal. So we have seen two examples how to model something using blueprint. Now let's see basic OOPS terminologies and definitions. So what did we do till now? We saw two examples of car, animal and car. So these are the objects we wanted to model. So we created a blueprint to model these objects. So template or blueprint you create for modeling objects is called class in OOPS. So this is the definition of class, a template or blueprint for creating objects. Similarly, thing which you created, so the thing like a snake you created, so the thing which is created is called object. So you fill the values and you create an object of the class. So this is the object definition. From a blueprint, you can fill values multiple times, right? You can have a multiple copies of blueprint and just replace the question marks, and you can create multiple objects. That is what is shown here. You can create multiple objects of a class, object 1, object 2 and object 3. And the properties which we have seen, properties like color, all those things are called instance variable of a class. And the things that can be performed or that object can do, those are called methods. So these are the four definitions in OOPS terminology. These are like important four definition to understand and grasp. Now let's see car example to understand these definitions. So what we did in car example, we created a blueprint, right? So this blueprint is called class. Now to model a new car, what you will do, you will fill these values, right? So you fill the values like this. So these are the four definition in OOPS that forms the basic definitions in OOP. So there might be other advanced concept in OOP that might come up, but these are the most basic definitions in OOP that everyone should understand to start learning about OOPS. So next we will see these definitions for animal. So we have seen animal example, right? So what is class in that animal example? The blueprint which we have created. So that blueprint is animal. That blueprint is class. Next, what is an object? Lion is an object, snake is an object, gorilla is an object, or tiger is an object. So all those are different objects of that class. And what is a method? So lion's sound, roar is a method, or snake sound, hiss is a method. So those are called methods. And what's an instance variable? Color. Color is an instance variable, or length is an instance variable. So now I think it's clear about class, objects, method, and instance variable. I will repeat again. OOPS is object-oriented programming. I'm repeating this again and again for you to understand clearly. So class is the blueprint for creating objects. Object is that actual physical thing that is created from class. Method is the describes the thing that object can perform or things it can do. Instance variable describes state of the object or properties of the object. So one thing to note, different objects have different state. So different objects can have different color or different length like that. So that is very important to understand. But class is a blueprint. It's not a physical thing. It's just a blueprint. What is physical is when you fill those values, those objects are called objects are actual physical thing. So that's all for today. I want you to leave you with a thought. So think you now have to model a bank account. Can you consider bank account as object and model it? Just think about this. I will see you in next video.